You tune into the Sportscast with Brian, Craig, and Jeff. Give you all the sports news you need. We give you outspoken thoughts about all the headlines. We talk baseball, football, hockey, and more. No matter the topic, we cover it. Get ready for the show and keep it outspoken. Keep it outspoken. We keep it outspoken only on the Sportscast. Tune into the Sportscast with Brian, Craig, and Jeff. Give you all the sports news you need.
Hey guys, welcome in to the Outspoken Sportscast here. This is your host Brian on our Tuesday Talks here, episode number 99. Merry Christmas as we get you ready for the holidays here in the Watson household. Hopefully you guys are getting in the Christmas spirit, getting ready for this weekend as we draw near. I work every day until Christmas. So usually what we do for us is my middle brother would come over and we'll do Christmas Eve. We'll do dinner. We'll do a big dinner, turkey dinner, and do some presents with him. And then that night, as we put the kids to bed, that's when me and the wife wrap all the presents and put them under the tree and build whatever we need to build, whatever we got, for the kiddos. And then Christmas Day, we have my other brother over, and we're doing meatloaf this year. So that is what we do in the Watson household. But looking forward to that. This is my favorite time of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So as Christmas Day here in Texas is going to be 80 degrees. So not that it feels outside that it's cold. Last couple of days, it's been a little chilly, but not too bad. We'll get into Christmas a little bit later. I'm going to give you the NFL recap of Week 15. Now, some games have changed and been moved around because of COVID and the outbreaks that they've had. We've had some games. We got some games tonight. As we got the Seahawks and the Rams. That one, the Rams should win. Seattle's been one of the biggest disappointments this year, and I actually called it before the season started. I projected them to be the last in their division and have a really bad year. But the division games between that division with the Rams and Seahawks and Arizona and the 49ers tend to be really good games. So this could be a good one. I predict the Rams to win this game and tie with Arizona for the first spot in that division. Then you got the NFC least, the Washington football team versus the Eagles. Not much there, It should be a pretty boring game. I don't know really what it entails as far as playoffs. I know Washington's fighting for a playoff spot. And the Eagles are too, I guess, since they have the same record, but I don't know if they're going to make it. But both games do have playoff implications, so that's always good. Excuse me. We talked about the Chiefs and Chargers. That was a great game on Thursday Night Football last week. The Chargers get that the Chiefs get that victory 34-28. And one thing I didn't discuss about that, well, I don't think we really talked about it, honestly, but I love analytics in football, and I love to let's throw the ball more and let's not run on first down and do all those things. But I also like a coach to have a gut feeling as well. Like I was talking about that with my baseball head coach. Everything in baseball has become analytical now, and basically the manager's job is to do what the analytics say, and that's pretty much about it. But I want a coach that can do both. I want a coach that can read the analytics, and then I want a coach that can go by his gut. I think a mixture of that is the perfect mixture. And the Chargers are aggressive, and I like it. I like that the Chargers head coach is aggressive. But they win this game if he learns how to kick a football or a field goal. If Brandon Staley learns how to call the field goal unit out there, they win this game. And there was two times within 4th and goal, and within the 5-yard, they didn't get the first down. Later on in the game, it's 4th down and inside the 20 or 30, and they didn't kick a field goal. They decided to go for it. They failed them on 3 of them. They failed on all 3 of those. And if you kick a field goal there, you don't go to overtime and you win the game. I like the aggressiveness and going for it, but after not getting it twice, I'm like, okay, send the field goal kicker out there. You got to know when to not go for it. After being unsuccessful against this team, you decide to go for it again. If you kick a field goal, you win the game. And everyone's like, oh, well, they're playing Patrick Mahomes. You have to score touchdowns. I get that to a certain point, but heck, the Chiefs were kicking field goals. It's not like they're only scoring touchdowns. The Chiefs kicked a field goal in this game. So don't give me that either, because the Chiefs are scoring points. Points wins games. So the Chargers could have won, but they didn't. Colts run over the Patriots 27-17. I projected the Colts to win this game. They're still fighting for a playoff spot. They are this was a desperation win for them. They needed it more than the Patriots did, and they got the job done 27-17. Jonathan Taylor continues to go crazy. He had, let me see his yardage, 170 yards on the ground. Carson Wentz was 5 of 12 for 57 yards. That's not good. But they got the win. They got a 10-point win because Jonathan Taylor is a beast. And that is exactly why. And then you look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones did not have a great night as well, either turning over the football there. So I'm glad the Colts won. Actually, I'm not. I'm not glad. I kind of want the Patriots to get that first seed. I'm tired of the Chiefs winning it and going. This will be 3 in a row. I'm ready for them to lose. So I kind of want the Patriots to get that first seed, even though the Patriots have won a lot. We obviously know that, but it's been a little bit. Not that I think an NFC team or an AFC team is going to win Super Bowl this year, anyways. But Cowboys and Giants. Cowboys win 21-6. This was kind of a boring game. We knew the Cowboys were going to win this game. They had 4 turnovers. The Giants are a high school football team, a low division college football team. They're not very good at all. Their offense is inept of scoring points and moving the football. They put Fromm in the end of this game, and he looked way better than the Glennon. I don't know why they didn't start him from the beginning. They need to put him in, and the Giants' offense might be a little bit better, but they're abysmal to watch. And the Cowboys getting the victory there, easy win. Texans take care of the Jaguars, 30-16. We were hoping that, we talked about it on the podcast last week on Friday. Actually, it came out Saturday. We were hoping to see Jacksonville win, and the Urban Meyer firing kind of help out this team and maybe be a morale boost. But they get handled by Houston Texans, and that gives the Jacksonville Jaguars the number 1 pick so far this year. So that's something they're looking forward to. You got Steelers upsetting the Titans. These games are pretty close. Usually when these teams play, they're usually a dogfight. Pittsburgh scores 9 points in the fourth quarter. It was 10-3 at halftime, and then the Titans score 0 points in the second half. You cannot do that. You cannot not show up for a whole half of football and expect to win football games. And Tennessee will make the playoffs. I don't trust them, especially without Derrick Henry. And even with Derrick Henry, I don't trust the Tannehill. And they rushed for over 200 yards this game. So with Derrick Henry, if it even mattered in this game, they rushed for over 200 yards and they still lost this game. They won on the. They look at the stats. They won all the stats, but they lost this football game, and just one of those weird ones. But you got to show up a second half. You've got to show up in both halves of football. Dolphins take care of the Jets, 31-24. This one was closer than I thought, but Miami gets the job done there. Upset of the year, probably. Lions take down the Cardinals 30-12, and this is wonderful and fantastic news for me because being a Green Bay fan, the Cardinals lose. They fall. 2 weeks ago they were number 1. Now they're number 4, they're winning their division by 1 game, and depends on tonight. If the Rams win, they'll tie up for that division, and it makes for an interesting finish there. The Cardinals could go from being number 1 to being a wild card team. That would be interesting as well. And still a good football team. This is one of those games where you kind of go, any given Sunday. My buddies were texting me this score. I'm like, any given Sunday, that's proof right there. Any given Sunday, any team can beat anybody. So Lions get the job done. Goff had a pretty good day, threw for 3 touchdown passes, and the stomping victory over the Lions. The Bills handle business at home against Carolina, 31-14. Cam Newton, this is 12 straight losses as a starter for the Panthers when they start Cam Newton. Cam Newton is trash. Just horrible. I was watching his last drive. He threw the ball right to the defense. Clear as day. Right, the guy's right there in big bright red jersey, and he throws it right to him. Literally, the guy just catches it and was like, "Oh, okay," and that was the game. So Panthers have got a lot of work to do to figure out who their future quarterback is going to be because we know it's not Cam Newton. Bengals take down the Broncos 15-10. Teddy Bridgewater left with a concussion, got carted off with a concussion. He is out and doing okay. This is another one of those games where Broncos defense shows up and their offense doesn't show up. And, that's got to be pretty frustrating. The Broncos are still an 500 team at 7-7. Bengals are 8-6, fighting for the playoff spot. I believe. Are they playoffs? Are they winning the division now? Oh no, they are winning the division. Yes, they are actually winning their division now. It's my bad. They're winning that division, and right now they're the 4th seed in the AFC. So kudos to them. Big win for them. A big win as in putting them into the point, not beating the Broncos, but big win at winning when the other teams have lost to make you that 4th seed and winning your division as we speak. This race for the playoffs and this finish is one of the best we've seen in a long, long time. And I think it's because you got a lot of even teams. You don't really have these juggernauts, Green Bay's a great team. Tampa Bay's a great team. The Cardinals, the Rams, the Cowboys, all very good teams. And you look at the AFC, you have Tennessee, who I don't trust, but their record says they're good. You got Baltimore, who's, pretty good. You got the Patriots. You got Kansas City. So you got a lot of teams that I could see in the Super Bowl, right? Or a lot of teams that are good. Not teams that are like, okay, this is the favorite. They're going to blow everyone away. We know who's going to be the Super Bowl. There's a lot of mix this season. So it makes it up for an interesting finish, and we'll see how that goes. I'm super excited about that. 49ers handle business 31-13 over the Falcons, and the 49ers are heating up, man. They're 8-6 now. They are finding that rhythm, and I do not want to. You would not want to face them first round of the playoffs, probably. This is a team that could upset some players. They're playing or upset some teams. They're playing really, really good. And watch out, they've won 3 straight games at home. The 49ers are looking really good right now, and a team that's caught fire. Packers and Ravens. Now, this game, excuse me, this game was interesting. Green Bay was up by 2 scores going into the fourth quarter, I believe. Was it fourth quarter? Yeah, we were up by 2 scores, and Huntley comes back, man. Huntley looked really good. Huntley looked like Lamar Jackson. We joked around that he's better than Lamar Jackson, but he looked really good. Our defense kind of stalled out. Our defense allowed the big play, Green Bay. They allowed the big play with Andrew. Excuse me, Andrews, the tight end, and then the quarterback. We never done good with rushing quarterbacks. So I was interested to see. I saw Huntley play last week, and he can run the ball, and he ran the ball on us. But Ravens drive all the way down, and again, Harbaugh decides to go for 2 instead of overtime, and it was incomplete. So Packers hang on to win 31-30. The Ravens hard fought. And people are wondering if it was the right move to do. Look, if the execution is there, they win. They go up by 1. Last week, if the execution is there, they win the game. It was not. This week, you had if you'd have got the 2-point conversion, you still gave Aaron Rodgers 42 seconds left with a timeout. We all know. Go ask all the fans. Go ask the Dallas Cowboy fans, especially, what Rodgers can do with 30 seconds. And so everyone's so mad about Harbaugh going for it, but you have better odds of getting 2 yards than you do of stopping Aaron Rodgers from getting in field goal range. And then if you do stop him, you got to hope for a coin flip, right? You got to hope that you win that coin flip. If not, you got to stop him again. So your odds of, if you kick the field goal there and tie it up, the odds of stopping Aaron Rodgers twice with a defense that's already beat up, that's injured, versus getting 2 yards, I'll take the 2 yards all day. I think it was a smart move. They had all the momentum. If the ball was a little further out in front, he probably catches it. But it was a little bit behind him. Our defender knocks it down, and the Packers hang on to win 31-30. It was a really good game. And me and Amber bet. Amber's a good friend of the family. She's a Ravens fan. And we bet whoever loses has to wear the other team's jersey or merchandise and post a picture. So Amber will be in a Green Bay Packer jersey pretty soon. And she's not going to like it. But this game surprised me. I went to bed going, I need a Christmas miracle. I need the Saints to beat Tampa Bay. I woke up and I looked at the score and I had to do a double take. 9-0. The Tampa Bay gets shut out at home. What in the world? What in the world? Taysom Hill, no touchdowns, no interceptions. They only ran the ball. Taysom Hill was their leading rusher. They didn't do very good on offense. It's this defense that stepped up and played really well. Tom Brady only had 214 yards and 1 interception, no touchdowns. They were able to sack him and get to him all night long. And I was surprised. They sacked him four times. This is a game that Tampa Bay is going to want back. This is a game that would have kept them up and they're still in it to get the first seed. But this loss gives the Packers some cushion, and the Bucs have got to win out and hopefully have Green Bay lose and Dallas lose to take over the number 1 seed. So Green Bay is sitting pretty right now with that lead. We had the Raiders and Browns last night. The Browns come back and lose the game on a last-second field goal. Now the Browns game got moved. There are excuse me, they were supposed to play Saturday night. COVID has ripped their team apart, and they had like 20-something people on the list, COVID list. Baker Mayfield did not play. Neither did Casey Keenum. They had the third-string quarterback playing, and that's why they lost this game. With him, with Baker, they probably win. Without him, they've more than likely lost, and the Raiders kept it close. And the Raiders are, they are a 500 team, just like the Browns. And this is a game that the Browns are going to want back. If they won this game, they would have been the first place in their division. They let this one slip, and it's going to hurt them. And it's going to be because COVID. So that kind of sucks. But then you had the Vikings beat the Bears last night 17-9, a boring game that was. The Bears are officially eliminated from playoff contention. I know it was so close, and we were expecting the Bears to dominate this season. I'm obviously joking. No one expected that. It's kind of sad the Vikings only put up 17 points against them. But there is your NFL 15 recap. As far as playoff picture, guys, I'm not going to talk about playoffs for until they get here. Playoff picture for the AFC. For the AFC, sorry, the Chiefs are number 1, Patriots are number 2. Chiefs are 10-4, and the Patriots are 9-5. Titans are at 3, and the Bengals are at 4. The wild cards are the 5 Colts and the 6 Chargers, and the Bills sit down. The Bills sit down. Sorry, there's 3 wild card teams. My bad. The Bills are at number 7. And the Bills, this is a disappointing season so far for them. But as long as you make it to dance, give your chance at the end of the season, and you hope you can go on a run and do some damage. So, making the playoffs, this is not the team they were last year. But they've been a disappointing. Chargers are sitting at 6, but there's a lot of teams still on the bubble. The Ravens, the Steelers, technically the Browns and the Dolphins and the Raiders, but I don't see many of them do anything. I think the Ravens will sneak it out and probably jump in somewhere. But the Ravens could fall and miss the playoffs, and that would be interesting for them. The only team to clinch a playoff spot so far in the whole NFL is the Green Bay Packers. We're 11-3, best record in the NFL, looking really good. The Cowboys jumped up from 4 to number 2 because the Bucks and the Cardinals both lost. So it's Cowboys at 2, the Buccaneers at 3, Cardinals at 4, the Rams at 5. If the Rams win, they'll tie up the Cardinals and possibly take over that division, and the Cardinals could fall into the wild card spot. Then you got the Niners, who I've said the Niners have won and have been winning. They're a little bit on a hot streak. Watch out for them. And then you got the Vikings there as well. So let me look up the 49ers schedule real quick and see what they have done, because I know they've won, I think, quite a bit in a row here. Let's see. Yeah, in their last 8 games, they're like, I believe, 6-2. So they are looking good. They are looking good right now. A team that's heating up at the right moments. And you look for those teams that, the Giants were that team. They were the wild card team. They heated up at the right moment and went on to win the Super Bowl. Green Bay was a wild card team when they won the Super Bowl. Just get into the playoffs and then see what happens. Now, obviously, you want to win your division, and people want to talk about, division titles don't mean anything. You're right. The Packers don't hang division banners up in their stadium, obviously, right? Your first goal, though, for every team in the NFL is to win your division. That's the first goal. Hey, guys, let's beat our division teams. Let's win our division. And then after that goal, wherever you fall, it's obviously if you win your division, it's going to be making the playoffs. If you don't win the division, it's let's make the playoffs. You want a chance just to get in. Now, winning your division sets you up better, especially if you're the number 1 seed. It gives you the bye. The second seed gets home field advantage as well. And the different seeding, obviously, is on who you're going to play. But so Green Bay wins their division. They clinched that the other day, and we'll be the number one seed. I think we will finish. If we win out, we will be the number one seed. Um, so I think we will win out and be fine there. So the Vikings could play spoiled to that in a couple weeks here. So, and I'm mad because the Packers do play the Browns Christmas Day on NFL Network, and I don't have NFL Network, so I can't watch it. And usually, if I can't watch it, I'll go somewhere. But it's Christmas; it's time for the family, and places are closed as well. So, regardless, I won't be going to see it. The Saints are 7-7; they're on the bubble. Washington and the Eagles are on the bubble as well. And that's pretty much about it there. So the playoffs are heating up. The playoff race is heating up, and it is very, very entertaining for us to watch. And if you guys like football, which most people do, it's very much entertaining to watch and keep up with on who's going to make the playoffs, what this victory does, where does it settle this, where does it settle that, what's the tiebreaker and all that jazz. So feel free to watch those games, guys. We got some games coming up tonight. We got some games coming up on Christmas Day, next Sunday and Monday. So it'll be a great week. It is that Christmas time, and my job gets a little more stressful during this time of year. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are on vacation already. Some people get a week off. My job this year is not that bad because if a holiday falls on a day of the week, Monday through Friday, it's a little more stressful because we have to pick up. I'm a front load trash truck driver, so I had to pick up that trash during the week. So if Christmas was on a Wednesday, I would have to somehow pick up Wednesday's trash on Monday or Tuesday, and then Thursday, make up for it. I can't just leave it down. So, but now that it falls on a Saturday, it's just like a regular work week, and then we'll have Saturday and Sunday off, and then same thing for New Year's. So it's kind of a relief that it's on Saturday, and I like that a lot. So work's been going pretty good for me. I had a crazy day today. Our transfer station caught on fire. There was a hot load in there. Fire department had to come out and put it out. And it was interesting and putting me behind quite a bit, but I'm still off at a good time. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it for this edition. We're not going to have an episode Friday, like I said in the description, because it is just a week. It's going to be busy of getting stuff ready for the holidays. Friday night is Christmas Eve, spending it with the family, and Christmas this weekend. So we will not have an episode this week other than this one. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or want to know anything about us here on the Outspoken Sportscast. So I'll try and throw out some more TikTok videos in between now and then and go from there. We are on TikTok. We are on all platforms. If you look up here, we do live stream everything. If you look up here in the corner here, boop. Those are all social. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We do stream live to Facebook and YouTube every episode, and we have the podcast where you can find us at any major podcast place. Any place you can find a podcast, you'll find the Outspoken Sports podcast. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Spotify. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on Apple Music, and much, much more. Go find us, click us, like us, share us, subscribe, all that good stuff. When I get my taste back, because I still haven't got my taste back from having COVID, I'm going to start a review page, a review TikTok where I review food on there. So feel free and look for that. And guys, I just hope you have a great weekend, a very Merry Christmas. And remember, it's not about the presents under the tree. It's about being present for your family, sharing your blessings with others that are less fortunate. Remember that, guys. Sharing is caring. Have a bigger heart. And so, well, God bless and take care.